Welcome to the Divine Feminines channel. I'm your host, Steph Desar, and today I'm doing a quick update on the 4-4 portal. Before I get started, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel, The Divine Feminines. We're also on all major podcast platforms, Spotify, Google, Apple, you name it, and also on TikTok and Instagram. It's Divine Feminines with a Z. Why subscribe? We talk about the moon, we talk about mind, body, soul empowerment, manifestations, the twin flame journey, and just ultimately living your best life through what might be a painful ascension journey right now. So we're here to offer love, light, healing, and just positive support. So the 4-4 portal, what is it? What's it about? And how can you use the best of it? I'm going to do a pick a card reading. So I'm going to use the Enchanted Map by Colette Baron-Reid. Beautiful deck. It's like an oracle card deck. And I've already picked out the cards for each stone. So you'll see that I have 3 crystals here. So while I'm talking about what 4-4 portal means, maybe you could just take a glimpse and see which one catches your eye. The first one is Fluorite. Beautiful Fluorite stone here. The second one is Citrine, yellow stone, might remind you of solar plexus. And the final one is the desert rose. Look at that, beautiful stone. Okay, so depending on which one catches your eye, have a look through this video, and at the end I'm going to go through which message I pulled for each. You may want to take all of them if they resonate. Decide what fits you best. So 4-4 happens on the 4th of April. Now that's Monday, the 4th of April. Now, portals are usually when we have, and especially the double number portals, right? They can happen with various number sequences, but we always have an opening portal in every month of the year. So 1-1 in January, 2-2 in February, but we had a number of 2-2 portals, as you know, in February. So February was a powerful month of the 2-2 portal with the sequences of 2. So I know that you probably watched some videos around that, and maybe my one. Powerful time for us all. And then 3-3 portal, that was just last month in March, and now we're here for the 4-4 portal. Now, if you listened to my new moon video, which we just had the new moon on Friday, we're still in this new moon energy. So it's a new moon in Aries. I won't go into lots of detail with it because you can watch that video. It still resonates. New moon energy, 3 days before, 3 days after, very prominent energy. So we're still in this new moon, new cycle period. But there's a couple of things about this new moon that resonate with the 4-4 portal tremendously. The new moon was on the 1st of the month, which is, a perfect time. But also it represents the new moon in Aries, and Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, marking the beginning of the astrological new year. We also just finished the spring equinox. So again, the beginning of a season, this is normally seen as also the beginning of the year in terms of spring, and everything's coming to blossom. Things are taking fruition. A lot of the sort of inward, sort of spending time maybe hidden away when we were cold in the winter season, and now coming out, things progressing and developing. We're also in a very powerful season of Jupiter and Neptune conjunction, and that's going to have a profound impact on further awakening, consciousness, transformation, and being connected to our higher self. Especially for the earth as a whole, and many coming onto this awakening journey. Those that are already on it might, resonate with a lot of what I'm saying, and those that picked up my video and sort of thought, yeah, I'm curious, you may be just stepping into this. So I hope that this video serves you well and that you get some inspiration. So we also have at the end of this month, and it's very rare occasions that you have a new moon at the beginning of the end of the month, and literally at the end of this month we have the new moon in Taurus, which is also an eclipse, a solar eclipse. So a powerful time for us. I've also been feeling a lot about the 4-4 portal leading up to the 8-8 portal, which is Lionsgate in August, and I've been getting this message for myself and in sessions with others for some time now. What does this portal mean? Well, every time we have a portal, it means that there's also a very thin veil between us and the higher realm, between us and our higher selves, between us and our divine selves. You know, there's no such thing as past, present, future, because all these timelines are happening here and now. There's no like, oh, if I go back in time or if I go into the future, everything's happening right now. And when you understand that, you can actually transcend and move with just the energy of creation and tapping into that. So at the new moon, I probably, was giving you, I was definitely giving you the guidance to set those intentions and clear sort of the space and energy before that new moon to then start setting those big intentions. And how do you do that? You set your wishes and then your affirmations. I spoke through all of that, and this is still a time to do that. You can still set those affirmations, keep reciting what you did on new moon, and continue to bring that in to your practice every day throughout these days of April in this new cycle. But also for the 4-4 portal, I would encourage you to spend some time in meditation and also call in those intentions. You can connect to the new moon work that you've done. It's all one, right? So just use it as an enhancement. But the feeling I'm getting about this 4-4, so 4, what does it mean? 4, the 4 of Wands, stability. If anyone knows the 4 of Wands, it's also known as the sort of 11-11 card, twin flame. But also 4 represents Aries and the Emperor card, meaning, stability, structure, decisiveness, knowing where you're going, being prepared, planning, preparation, being productive. Very much a structure, very much, putting things in place, paving the way. And this is what I feel like we've been starting to do, this manifestation and, using the energy of the new moon. And with this portal, we can continue to do it, but it's about doing. It's about creating our foundation. We are being given a new lease of life, literally. And I feel that so many ways because I've mentioned there's so many new beginnings. Even in my readings, I'm getting the new beginnings. It's very, very clear. And new beginnings can mean many different things to all of us, right? It could be, you've moved and you're living in a new country. It could be that you're in a new relationship, you're starting a new job, or you've literally, new beginning meaning you've been going on the ascension journey and literally now you're coming out of that cocoon and you're ready to be the butterfly to sort of, and it's funny because I decided to wear this top and some of the messages just really resonate with this. So I definitely was being connected to my higher self and the angels. And thank you guys. Thank you, Spirit, as well, for being here to help me deliver this message. So you may have, the new beginning could be so many different things for you. It could be that you're starting out a new business, or you're starting out, your journey as a single person because, you've been in a relationship for so long and you've stepped out of that. Could be so many things, right? You could be starting to do your light work. And that was one of my big messages that was coming out during the new moon video. And then I did a live on Friday. So if you want to check us out on Instagram, that live, the messages in it are so pertinent. I was feeling a very big feeling of expect the unexpected in a positive way. So if you think about that, if you lay down your foundation and you really feel confident that you've got what, you're putting all these things in place to help you move forward, know that it's going to be amplified. This 4-4 portal, whatever we do is going to be amplified. We're doing positive things and sowing those seeds and building those foundations. It's going to be amplified. We're going to see results even faster because the veil is so thin. And so be conscious of your thoughts, your thoughts and your feelings and where your attention's going and your energy. I really recommend, grounding at this time. Grounding is very much a 4 energy, being connected, being grounded, being stable, secure. The number 4 really, even though Aries is a fire sign, 4 makes me think of the earthy signs like your Capricorns and your Taurus, very stable, very structured, very sort of to matter of a fact, right? Really got things in place. And this is what I feel we need to be doing at this time. Really think about those wishes you had, the wishes that you turned into affirmations. And I say every time you do that, make sure you have your micro goals, your mini goals, because otherwise, you're setting those intentions and you're kind of like, oh, okay, when's that coming? Doesn't quite work like that, right? We need to co-create. And the co-creation is in our doing and also in our trusting and surrendering and dancing with the universe as well, and allowing, there's only so much we do, and then there's some of that we have to surrender and allow to flow and to to just happen naturally, right? Otherwise we're just controlling everything. And those that are on this journey will understand that control is very much the ego, and the trust and the connection to ourselves through our intuition is going to help us dance with the flow of the universe, the flow of ourselves, but also allowing our ego to sort of take a step back, right? And to really create in the best way. Now, don't get me wrong, the ego is a good, it serves its purpose. And in this sense, maybe you can just use your mind to say, do. So definitely put some plans in place, be productive. I've got these 3 sort of messages around 3 P's. Be productive, be prepared, and plan. So in these days, and even tomorrow, the 4/4 portal, because I'm recording this literally on 3, I'm literally doing it around the time of it going into 4/4, because I want it to be as close to this 4/4 energy. But, it might mean that you have to be quite busy, but that's okay. Know that that's going to pay off. So be very productive. And even if you're being so productive and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm getting so much done, actually, you might not feel very rested. Maybe just obviously get rest. I'm not telling you to go crazy, but go with it. Just go with it. If you're really feeling that flow, go with it. I've also said that there's this new beginning, and I do feel that there's this leap of faith, right? And I was pulling that message out already in the last couple of sort of videos I've done. And this is that moment, that leap of faith. So what is it you can do to sort of, you're taking a leap, yes, and that can be scary, but what can you do to sort of allow yourself to feel a little bit more, sure, confident, and, you're not going to be 100% confident when you're taking a leap. There's some faith, there's sort of blind faith that you have to take. But if you're putting some steps in place, at least you feel a little bit like you're giving yourself some kind of stepping stone, right? And then just have the trust and the belief and the positive mindset that things will come through, because you are actually putting some work in. So be productive, see what you can get out of this time. The energy really, through these days, 4/4 particularly, but the days to follow, definitely be as productive as you can this new week, right? Remember that. And then be prepared, whatever that means for you. If you've got changes in the home and stuff, like, have you got everything prepared so that you can make those changes? I've been encouraging everyone to do a lot of spring cleaning. I did an amazing spring clean today. I feel so much more lighter. And that's what I feel with prepared, like if we want to call in new beginnings and manifestation, and, allow for newness to come in, blessings, opportunities, we have to create space. And that's not just energetically. In our mind, we have to let go of limiting thoughts, behaviors, also maybe patterns, even just things that we do, things that we think about a lot of the time and we allow to repeat and kind of torment us. How do we let go of those things, because they're holding us back? But then also in our physical space, I also believe that we need to release and create space, both, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And so I've been doing that, and physically I was sort of making some space at home, because I'm doing some home changes. Nothing major, but actually the things I was sort of getting rid of, I was never going to use. And I know we hold on to stuff that we don't really want, but we just hold on to it. And that's a sign that, it's hard for us to let go. But when you throw those things away, you're also showing the universe that, I can let go. And in the physical sense, and in the sort of spiritual, physical, mental, and emotional sense. So what is it that you might need to let go of in emotions? Are you holding on to resentment? Are you still holding on to a past relationship, something that went wrong and you can't get over it, and you're still kind of sort of holding a little bit of pain? What is it that you need to release? So be prepared, but in that preparation, I feel it's about cleaning up the shop, cleaning up the mind, the body, the soul, doing that cleaning and being prepared. So being prepared is almost like when you know that you've got guests coming over. And what do? You clean up, you bake, you might cook something nice, you put on your best outfit, you change the curtains, you mop the floors. It's that kind of energy, because a lot of great stuff's coming for us. And especially if we are, listening to our guidance system and we're following our heart and soul, there's some incredible things. And you've been doing the work, there's even more incredible things coming for you. And the final P, plan. I only wanted this to be a 10-minute video, but this seems like it's going to be longer, so I'll roll with it. Plan. What can you plan for in these next coming days? Be structured. Remember what I said about the 4. Get your diary out. I need to do that after this. I'm going to go get my diary and just write out what I'm doing this week. But I've got a great, exciting week actually ahead. Now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, what am I doing? But, you know, just be prepared. Get the most out of these days. Like I said, be productive. This energy, being productive in this energy and planning. So say like you're like, oh, how am I going to do this stuff? I've got so much on. I've got work, I've got this, I've got the kids. Plan these days, plan tomorrow, plan Monday, plan Tuesday, plan Wednesday. Just plan and try and get as much as you can. But my message is try and get as much as you can done in the Monday. Monday's always a great productive day. If you need to get out to the gym, do it. There might be new sort of lifestyle changes you want to make and you want that structure, do it. Go for it this week. Really, I was calling it in on the new moon video, you know, meditation and yoga. This is a great time to really connect with your higher self and learn meditation practices and spiritual practices that are going to ground you and connect you. Be in nature. Hugging trees are incredible. If you're feeling a bit anxious, the solar flare energy, the electromagnetic expansion that we've been seeing with the sun, it has been incredible. And so many of us are not sleeping very well. Many that have spoken to me probably know I've been up. I know why, because it's of this, and we're receiving a lot of light codes and downloads and integrations. I know many are still sort of sleeping weird hours. Hopefully we can get some better sleep in the coming weeks. But this is a positive sign for us, and these integrations are sending us a lot of messages to really connect to our purpose and to really become our best selves. So that's why it's a bit disruptive, because it's a lot of high frequency energy, a lot of high vibrational. So we're thinking, you know, the energies, and the highest form of vibration is unconditional love, compassion, right? So it's on that level. So you may be feeling that you're already letting go of some heaviness or things are shedding away. It's because we're being assisted massively. Remember I said that? We're being assisted. This is why, you know, being on Earth, people I think it's a great time to be alive and or here on Earth, especially, you know, right now, because we're at a very, you know, very auspicious time, and things are really changing, and a lot of mankind, humanity, are starting to realize their power and really who they really are, the truth of who they are. Right, so remember all of that. The 4, structure, stability, prepare, plan, and be productive, right? Whichever way around. Plan, prepare, be productive, plan, prepare. Whichever way around you want to do it. But try and get a bit of all those 3 P's in. Okay, so I've got the messages and I'm going to quickly go through them all. So remember, I had fluorite, I had the citrine, and then I had the rose, desert rose. All from Costa Rica, actually. I don't know if they were all found in Costa Rica, but I brought them back from Costa Rica, from a very magical place that I had an incredible time at, one of the places I spent, which I'll be going back to. So fluorite, it's a gorgeous stone. Just look at all the different colors there. I just want to kind of show that to you again, just so if there's anything that you feel. So if you feel that that's the one for you, then the message is, it's a number 10 card, and it's called Rock Bottom. Now, don't take this as a negative thing. Actually, it's quite interesting, because the card is sort of almost like a pathway to a sort of like a brick wall, like it's almost like you're hitting a brick wall. So this message is really around, and I've got the book that kind of gives me the key message, the headline: surrender and acceptance are the keys to freedom. So for this group, you may have felt that you were, how can I say this? You've just hit a brick wall. Like you've hit this point of no return. You're like, gosh, Steph, I just don't know where to go. Like, I've tried everything and I just feel like I'm at the bottom of the ocean. I don't even know how I'm going to get to the top and actually see the sky again, right? That's my analogy. I just literally don't know. I've given up. That point of giving up is not actually a bad thing, because it's at that point that you can surrender to what this is. And it's in that surrendering and going, I can't change this situation, but I can change myself. Whatever that might be for you guys, I can't change this, but I can change myself, and I have power. So I'm just going to accept that for what it is, and I'm just going to let it go, and I'm going to release it, and I'm going to focus my energy on the 3 Ps: being productive, planning, and preparing. It may be giving my energy to something else. And actually, as you do, because you know, when we focus too much on something, we're almost putting resistance on it, right? And I always believe that we're creating resistance. So if we're focusing somewhere else where, you know, there's a passion, or there's something that we can actually, because there's a lot of other focus that we can have. So if we're doing that, this other situation can definitely show us more clarity, maybe give us a bit more of an understanding and a bit more of a sense of how to move forward. You know, whether we were trying to go a certain way and actually it's just not working, and actually there's a workaround, or there's just a different direction, or it's completely a different thing altogether. But just allow it to breathe, let it go, and surrender to what it is. This could be a situation at work, it could be a situation with friends or family, and it's really getting you down. And I think it's just like almost retreating away from it, sort of letting go, and even just physically, mentally, spiritually taking a step back. Remember I said, like, it's across all areas. Okay, that's a number 10. So again, 10s mean end of a cycle. So something is really, you know, you might be like, oh my gosh, but know that that's the end of the cycle. And know that then what comes after the 10, the 1, new beginnings. And I've been picking that up with the 4-4 portal. So know that actually the sooner you let go and accept it for what it is, the sooner the new beginning starts, and things become much more easier and free-flowing, and you start to feel much more empowered again. Okay? Hope that helps. And you can go for more than one message. You can have all 3 if you want. This lovely stone here, the citrine, beautiful yellow, really making me feel solar plexus energy right there in our tummies. And this is the butterfly message. Metamorphosis. So can you see? That's a transformation card right there. And look, I didn't even know I put this top on before I actually pulled this. So the metamorphosis, the message, the headline message is, you are in the process of deep and beautiful change. So, you know, butterflies, how do they earn their wings? Well, they earn it through quite a dark sort of inward journey. You know, if you think about the caterpillar, goes in its cocoon and goes in there for, I don't know how long actually, I need to calculate that one. How many months is it, guys, or how many days? Drop a comment in the comments if you know. And it's only through all of that time in hibernation that the butterfly can come out and actually, you know, start to share its wisdom, its knowledge, and sort of start to shine its light and flutter its beautiful wings. I feel like I'm definitely feeling that with me being much more present and just doing a lot more of these messages. I feel like I came out as a butterfly a while ago, but I probably wasn't really flying as high as I could. And I know that in this moment now, I'm really, really kind of becoming much more aligned and speaking more on my insights and sharing my mission work more. So that resonates for me. But you might be still kind of going through the cocoon, and you might actually be in the middle of it. But just know that, you know, letting go isn't easy, right? In order for us to kind of be that butterfly, we have to let go of the old. So it's not easy to get these beautiful wings, you know. They are colourful, beautiful, and just dazzling. But in order for this, and I feel like I should point at this top, in order for this beautiful butterfly to emerge, this butterfly had to let go of everything that, you know, or this caterpillar had to let go of everything it ever knew, let go of the life of being a caterpillar, and knowing that, and having kind of, again, blind faith that through that letting go and through that time of sort of letting go, transformation, that something better is coming, and being open to that, being open with an open heart, and letting go of any hurt, pain, because, you know, like I said, we create a lot of resentment for ourselves, and we sort of sometimes do ourselves a bit of an injustice of the way that we think about things and allow things to continue. Oh, that person said this person said that, but actually that's just our perception, So once we sort of, you know, like I said, you can't control anyone else, but you can control you. And when you start to work on the inward movement, that caterpillar is really going inside, going, how do I change? What are those thoughts that bug me out? What are the things that I'm struggling to let go of? It could even be just a relationship. Maybe a relationship's done its time. Maybe a job needs to just let go of. Maybe you've moved on from a job, but you're still thinking about the boss that in your old job, or old friends that you had to let go of, or you stopped talking to because it was meant for you to move on. They didn't resonate with you anymore, but you're still holding a little bit of pain and stuff. Let it go. Because remember what I said, preparation, making the space to allow something new to come in, or many things to come in. We have to let go. So remember that. Okay, and the final card, beautiful one with the desert rose, is the card of movement. So, oh, by the way, sorry, metamorphosis was a 25, which adds up to a 7, which is, if you know, 7 is this very spiritual number. It's actually my life path number. Very much a number of like really connecting to your spiritual being, transformation, a lot of inward work. So very much aligned there. And then we've got card 28, which then obviously adds up to a 10. And then, yeah, so it adds up to a 10. And also, again, cycles ending, but movement with this beautiful card here. You can see a hot air balloon in the background, which I'm kind of more caught on that. But I love this card of movement. And, you know, this is what I feel, you know, when you kind of, this is so interesting that these messages all connect, because it's almost like a journey. You hit rock bottom and you're like, I can't go anymore, right? And then you kind of have to let it go and go inward, and you do that transformation, and it's a process. But then after that, you get your wings, you can fly and you can move. So these are all very much connected. I almost feel like we've got 3 waves in the tribe right now, those that are watching, and some are kind of doing the sort of, I've hit that moment where, oh my God, like I've just got to let go. And that's kind of when you sort of hit that brink of, you're being called to spiritually awaken, right? And then the next one is that you're actually going through the awakening. And then the last one, this final card with the desert rose, 28 movement, is like, yeah, okay, now I can finally start moving forward. And it's always a journey. Don't get me wrong. I resonate with all of this, and I really feel like, yes, can finally make movement, whatever that is, because I've got the wisdom. I know where I'm going. So the movement card talks about, well, you're in a time of positive forward motion. This is a time for positive forward momentum as you come out of a period of restriction. And I really feel like it's the period of like going within and doing the work, and maybe feeling like certain things were against you or whatever it is. But, you know, you may feel compelled to take a trip, to change your hair or move home or business. So, I mean, I really resonate with this. In the movement card, I've been feeling this movement, forward movement, but also this 4 energy is helping us move forward, right? It's helping us have this new beginning and move forward and create that. So wherever you are, you know, you can be productive. Even if you've hit that moment of like letting go, how do you be productive? Well, it's like, what can I control in myself? It's always coming back to ourselves. In the movement, it's like, well, what's movement moving forward? Is it me putting out more messages to my, you know, as a light worker, sharing more spiritual messages, guiding others, making more movement with a passion project, starting to meet others, getting out there, networking, physically taking movement, becoming more physical. But it's bringing in this positivity. You're going to meet more people, and I feel like once you create that space, you get communication, opportunities, forward movement, blessings. So this is just a very tight 4/4 portal reading. I feel very grateful to the archangels, spirit guides, and just the divine within myself that I'm connected to, for helping me just channel this message. So with that being said, I'm going to love and leave you. Have a fantastic start to your April. Continue to have a fantastic start to your April. Leave me a like, a comment, whatever you want. Be sure to check out my other videos. We've got the Twin Flames series sort of underway. It's not just about twin flames, but we've done How Do You Know You've Met Your Twin Flame? Signs and Synchronicities, which just came out. We also have the Know the Difference Between a Twin Flame, a Karmic, and a Soulmate. karmic partner and a soulmate, because a lot of people get confused, and there's not that many twin flames out there actually, and not because it's, you know, but not because that you're being picked to be something special or not. It's a very difficult journey, and I talk about it, and I talk about how we're all being called in different ways, and some are being called as twin flames. So I expressed that actually because I resonate with being one, and so I felt like it was time to really share that and come out as the butterfly that I am and really talk a lot about that, because I haven't been talking about that in all of the podcasts that in the sort of over a year that it's been out. So, and there's lots more other episodes. So with that being said, sending you love and light, and take care, guys. Mwah.